Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a full-time eBay reseller, and every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. I have 10 orders going out today, couple pretty good ones. Today is also, I get myself organized, it's also Jen's birthday, so definitely gonna cut out early today, probably pack these up and I'll be done. One of these, I hope I have here. I would hate to have to go to storage today. It's disgusting outside. It's officially winter. We have snow. I hate it. Jen did start on doing all the wigs, and we started with what we assume is the higher end ones because they came in boxes, unlike the others, which are in bags like this usually. But you see, there's so many here. In the boxes, we have about 50. So in the loose box where they're all like in just like a bag, there might be a couple hundred. I don't know. But I did mention last video that when I did the unboxing, that I was hopeful that I could maybe suggest to Jen that she would track this one to see really where the numbers end up, because, and spoiler alert, she came up with the idea on her own, so that's the best way. If I don't have to suggest it and she just thinks of the idea on her own, I can just support that idea instead of it being my idea. And so far, the one she did, it's over $300 profit. Yeah. And it's just these. This is it. Those are the only ones she's done so far. And there's still, as far as boxes, all of these, all of those, and again, this entire box of mostly new in package, but the packages are more like this kind of thing. It's insane. Mikhail, thank you. I'm glad you know yourself well enough that you were never going to go through this process, because I am the beneficiary of that. Let's go ahead and start pulling some orders. First thing up, D3 is a Department 56 Dickens Village Days Catch, which was a cool one. It was a lady buying some fish from fishmonger, right? That's what you call a person that sells fish. And of course, I've struggled to find it because it was the one with the bright, vibrant picture. Go me. So this one right here, a Good Day's Catch. For that item, $19.99 free shipping. Got that in a Mikhail mystery box. So I paid around $1, which is just, because I don't know, I never did the math, not worth my time to figure out exactly what I paid for each item. Because like the wigs, it's not even close to $1 an item, and some of the boxes were like that. So I'm just, for video's sake, about $1. Next up, this one of the ones I hope I have here. Actually, there's two items that I think I gotta go to storage for, so whether this one's here or not doesn't really matter. C3 is a Treasure Garden outdoor fire pit cover, and it is a square one, and actually I do have one right here. So protective cover, CP932, double check that number. Yes, CP932, $25 plus shipping. It's been so long since I got these. I don't remember what I paid for them. I want to say it was around $150 for a huge lot of all these Treasure Garden umbrella covers and seat covers like this. I had a couple of fire pit cover, which this is so deceptive. I hate it. It shows a circle and this is a square. So I was very specific in the listing, but because the picture is a circle, I still assume every time I sell one that I'm going to get a return. In that lot, when I bought them, there was one that was very expensive, over $100. And that was one of the first ones that sold, and it basically paid for the whole lot. So they've been profit ever since. Slow movers, but if you sell the most expensive thing in a lot and it pays for the lot, I don't care how long the rest of them take. That's amazing. And next up is the Beatles Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band on vinyl right here. And Jen did, because we had run out of other things to list, start listing some vinyl. This one is a little unfortunate because I don't have great vinyl knowledge, but I do know that this number right here that's on all records on the side there, it's kind of like the predate to barcode, and she wasn't using that to look them up. So when she price matched it, she price matched against just generically other ones like that. I'm pretty sure this is an original pressing, which would have made it worth about $10 more than what we got for it. So that's something to look out for. always when looking up vinyl, use this number on the side as your reference. It'll just give you a better idea, especially for someone like me who really has no idea. I don't specialize in it. I'm just happen to have some that I sell. But she did list a few of them, and 2 of them sold. $10.99 free shipping. That should have been a $19.99, $24.99 free shipper. It is what it is. It got corrected quickly. She'll never make that mistake again. That's more than great for me. This one bothers me. It's on left 3. Whether it's there or not, I don't know anymore. It's Nike Air Jordan, because I'm assuming this is what I was calling left 3. They're like a coral pinkish. All right, yes, it's in one of these ones that doesn't have the original box, so I didn't include the box in the listing, and I might not ship these in this box, but I also may. There's enough value in there. Let me actually show them to you instead of just a piece of paper. These ones right here. These are Nike Air Jordan 1 Retro Mid Coral. I mean, that's pink. I don't know why you guys say it's something else besides pink. That's pink. And for those, took an offer, $100 plus shipping. I would have paid somewhere between $20 and $25 for those. But the reason that bothers me is because it's going through eBay authentication. This isn't the first time it's happened, but it'll give you a scare. I guess it could at least. Right now it says, right here, shipment overdue. And you'll see right here, ship out Wednesday. And this one says ship out Thursday. Sandwiched between Wednesday and Thursday. Today is Wednesday. Those yesterday, when it was purchased, said ship out by Thursday. And because it's through eBay authentication and they're really struggling to keep this program afloat that they spent so much money on. The push for shoes, high-end purses, all these other things that they want to authenticate, the commercials they've been running, the eBay vault, all these ludicrous things that they spent money on trying to turn their platform into something it's not because the people in charge are morons. This is backfiring on them. It's backfiring quickly. You'll notice that the commercials are ramping up. Anytime a company is really trying to sell you a product, it means that that product is failing because good products sell themselves. Good services sell themselves. You don't have to push it like this. I get emails daily. It's going to be a complete and total failure. They'll probably wash the program within the next year. I'm calling that right now. They will completely scrap it, or they'll sell it out to some other company or something, or they'll just have to restructure it completely. Giant companies are doing crazy amounts of layoffs, and every company during lockdowns when money was free, and I don't mean like government subsidy, whatever, government checks like they were giving out to individual people. I mean the loans they were getting, the 0 interest rates, all that. This is how it comes back to bite you. When money's free and everything's going up, everybody goes, oh, just spend, spend, spend. We'll just make it up on the back end. And this is what it gets you. It gets you a program that is completely failing. And I called that in the beginning, but I'm calling right now that it will be gone within the next year. Just an utter failure. But for that, $100 plus shipping. And it just bothers me because it's a clear manipulation of their platform where I've also, every time you sell something through authentication, you get a separate email besides your normal notifications that tells you, hey, make sure you get this out. Hey, ship this out right away, because there's a delay in the shipping. It has to go somewhere else. Then it has to get authenticated. Then they have to ship it to somewhere else. It puts this huge delay in the system. I get there's a lot of scamming and it prevents that, but they could have just outsourced the service. I'll get off my soapbox, but it's so stupid. It's going to fail. The vault hasn't even fully launched yet. That's going to fail. They're going to cut that. There's no way that works out. There's already companies in place that do it and do it well. ComC would be the biggest one. So you think all these collectors that have been using ComC forever are all of a sudden just going to shift over because eBay's doing it? That's not how that works. At least in my opinion. Next up is B1B, 2 vintage Tupperware canisters with unfortunately no lids, so it brings the value of them down to about 0. Come on now. Don't make me look foolish over here. I do enough of that on my own. And right here, a couple of canisters. I always say, you know, these are worth selling, and it is kind of the pinnacle of Tupperware is the canister sets, but they're not worth selling like this. Not individually, not without lids. I should have just sent those to Salvation Army, put them in a garage sale, whatever, pillage the lids and just sell the lids. I have no problem doing that. I'm in the business of making money. Yes, it would be separating them, but if it makes me more money to pull the lid off and just sell the lid, I'm going to do that. Because for those $6.99 plus shipping, after fees, after cost of goods, that's very little money. Whereas just one of the lids to this is going to be $8.99 free shipping, $9.99 free shipping, $11.99 free shipping, depending on the color and size and all that kind of stuff. So it's just such a funny thing that you could sell a part of something and it's more profitable than selling the whole thing. And while I'm thinking of it, I did finally, after weeks of saying I was going to do it, it took less time than getting the hats put away, but I finally reorganized and got my new system in here. You see it's on B3 and then B3A, B, C, D, so on and so forth. And they are packed to the gills, but just a much better system for keeping track of smaller items. I got done and I felt pretty sad because, you know, I had to change a lot of SKU numbers. I ended up finding 6 or 7 items that just weren't in the system. They were all very cheap items, probably won't get relisted. All of them were $9.99 or under. So I'm assuming at some point they got sold and then canceled, and I just didn't care because the value wasn't really there. But I got done after hours of doing this, and I was like, I don't see any more room. It doesn't seem like I cleared up any room. But then Jen came out and was like, oh, wow, look at all the room. Because I forgot when I started, we literally had no shelf space available. 0. But because it's spread out, I don't really notice it. But now, big open space, little space, giant open space here. Every shelf has space, whereas yesterday morning, no shelves had space and things were very unorganized. And I might, because it's Jen's birthday and we're going to take kind of part of the day off, and my oldest got detention for a week because she doesn't do her homework, so we got that to deal with. Sidebar there. I might pop in here again and straighten stuff up a little bit. I knew if I put in the time, I could create space without having to add shelves, and that was my main goal. Next up, note from buyer. Thank you. You're welcome. C2 Time Life books, The Third Reich. They're like history books of some kind about the Third Reich. I got these at, and this is great too, this will clear up a big spot, at my Habitat for Humanity on a like fill a bag media day. So I got these and a bunch more books for about $5, I think. And 3 of the books I got were for me. So just paying the $5 for myself, that was fine. But for these, $31.49 free shipping. They'll go media mail. That's a lot of weight. So the shipping will be $8 to $10, but still profits there. Glad to have the space. Would not buy those again. And I could have got a little bit more, but I think there was, if I'm remembering correctly, there was a pamphlet or an insert or something that went with the set that mine didn't have, but others did. So I did have to price mine down a little bit, but that's going off of a memory from months and months and months ago. That could be completely false. Next thing going out, one of the greatest albums of all time, and will lead me to a story I know you love when I jibber jab. Purple Rain by Prince. Right here. Prince and the Revolution. Purple Rain. I probably should have just kept this one, but I don't play records, and why would I collect something that I'm not going to use? If I decide I want that album later on in my life, I could buy it. That's been a struggle with me as a reseller. So I'm like, ooh, I want that. I want to have a collection of records. I don't even listen to records. Why would I want a collection of records? I'll never look at them. They'll just collect dust. It's something I've struggled with since I was little. I want to hoard. I'm a hoarder. I'm like a dragon with his gold and stuff that he can't even spend. He's a freaking dragon. What are you gonna do with gold? $19.79 free shipping. That would have been in a 10% off sale. But the story is, if you don't know, I'm a musician, and I at one point started putting a couple videos on YouTube, and I wasn't, they would get 0 views. There's one actually that didn't get taken down. It's up to like 1,000 views, but whatever. That doesn't do me any good. But I got a email from the legal department of Prince telling me, hey, if you do this again, we will sue the pants off you. And I thought that was awesome. That it's not like Prince saw it, was like, hey, take this down and da-da-da-da, get my lawyers on this. But I was like, well, that's cool. I wasn't mad about it. I was like, oh, Prince's lawyers emailed me. Neat. The video was me doing Purple Rain, and when I would play live, that Purple Rain was always my closer. When I would play solo, it always a hit. Always. But I would tell people when I was there, that story, because people would pull out, sometimes people, when you're live, they'll pull out a phone, record a song. Hey, I saw this guy at this bar. Oh, they're playing your song. They'll send it to somebody. Say, don't post it. You will get sued by Prince. Next up, this is a bit of a surprise. I didn't notice that before. It's on A1. It's a Revealware 10-inch lid, which is going to be buried behind all of these. That's a bummer. Give me a second. All right. The reason it's a bit of a surprise is I knew I sold one, but they bought both. And these are free shippers, so that is my favorite. And you see now, I put a little bucket, and this is much easier to deal with. And before, I had many buckets like this one here, and still this one down here. But when I did all that reorganizing, I eliminated the one I just put those club covers in. And also 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. I eliminated this, just really cleaned it up. But that also makes those available for things like that. When there's a bunch of head club covers, they can be put in a little tote thingy. For the 2 of those, and I was wrong on that, those are actually plus shipping, $29.98 plus shipping. Next up is a vintage Schaefer mechanical pencil in the old pens and pencil box. It is this one right here. Nice little Schaefer twist pencil. For that, I actually went back and forth with the buyer a few times because I think it was originally listed $10.99 free shipping. So it was only so low I'm willing to go on that. We ended up settling on $8.99 free shipping. And then the last item going out today, which says custom label storage. So know where I'm going today, but actually that one, it's Wednesday. That doesn't even have to go out till Friday. So that probably will not go out till Friday, or at least tomorrow. But it's a Hot Wheels City Air Attack Robo Dragon Play Set motorized. It's a Hot Wheels thing where there's a dragon on the top, and if you land the car right on his back, he dies and falls down. I actually ended up giving one of those to Michael for Christmas last year. It's pretty cool. It's very loud. Not the dinosaur, the dragon itself, like the noises it makes, the roars and stuff, but the plasticky noise of it falling is pretty jarring. But that was a retail arbitrage. They wouldn't sell. It's because the shipping's a lot of money. But now that this one's sold, I'll have to go back to the listing. I'll have to go back and do some research to see where the pricing is on them. Because things like Hot Wheels and Lego, they do tend to appreciate over time. There's collectors, there's speculators that they wait till they know it's going to be out of print. They wait till they're not going to make anymore, and then they'll buy one. Or they'll decide to buy one. So I'm guessing this is more of like a Christmas present type of thing, but I should at least check on that. And before I before I sign off, Jen just sent me a message that she got banned from Facebook. She gets banned from Facebook a lot, so I it didn't surprise me. But this one, and that's why I'm mentioning it, I would like a little bit of a crowd-sourced, outside of my circle, people from all over could weigh in on this. She got banned because she posted a picture of our youngest, just a happy baby picture in a diaper. No shirt or anything like that, just in a diaper. And she got banned for violating Facebook's nudity policy. And I get there's creeps out there and all that kind of stuff. It's a baby. It's a personal Facebook. That just seems really silly. I don't understand it. And it's just something I've thought about before, and I only get to talk to the people in my home, so I don't have other people to weigh in on things. But anybody out there have any thoughts on that? Does that even make sense? She's a baby. How is that? I don't know. I don't consider babies to be nudity, but I'm also not a creep, so I don't know. Maybe there is something to it where, you know, you gotta take the good with the bad because there are creeps out there. I really don't know, but it's just I laugh because, like I said, this is probably the 6th time she's gotten kicked off Facebook. Not for the same reason. She just sometimes opens her mouth and says something to one of her friends, and Facebook goes, "Hey, you cursed at your friend. You're done." It's silly. But this one specifically, I just don't understand it. Like, even this morning, a friend of mine, she posted a picture of her baby in the bathtub eating a pepperoni. She was like, bubble baths and pepperonis, what a life. And I laugh, react at it because that's hilarious. It's a baby in a bathtub eating a pepperoni. But at no point did it cross my mind that it's a naked baby. I don't know. That's a complete sidebar, but like I said, I don't talk to other people, so maybe weigh in, let me know. Maybe it is bad. I can't believe that might be. Just seems silly. Well, that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.